Hello everyone, welcome to my channel and today we are going to discuss about the topic trends in energy source conservation. The agenda of this video is abstract different trends, explanation and summary. First coming to the introduction, today nearly everyone accepts that in order to slow the damage we are doing to our planet and environment, humans must transition away from the use of fossil fuels. This has led to many science and business innovations as we search for new sustainable or renewable alternatives to coal, oil and gas. Although it would be nice to think everyone wants to do their part in order to save the world, there are strong financial incentives too. The value of renewable energy market is said to grow from 880 billion to nearly $2 trillion by 2030. And the growing awareness of the importance of environmental and social governance issues means there are tremendous political incentives too. 2020 is said to be a record year in terms of the scale at which the switchover from fossil fuels to renewable sources will take place. It's also a year in which we will see new and exotic sources of energy emerge from laboratory and pilot projects and start to become a part of everyday life. So let's take a look at what is predicted to some of the most impactful trends in the new energy sector over the next 12 to 24 months. So here are some key trends in the conversation of different energy sources as of my knowledge update. So some of them are renewable energy sources, energy efficiency, grid modernization, energy storage, nuclear energy, natural gas and carbon capture. These are some of the different energy sources which are like renewable energy sources which we all know, like these have been the significant global shift towards renewable energy sources such as like solar, wind and hydropower. The trend is expected to continue as these sources are clean, abundant and sustainable. And energy efficiency, improving the energy efficiency of buildings, industrial process and transportation is a growing trend. Grid modernization is updating and modernizing energy grids is becoming essential to accommodate the integration of renewable energy sources. And the energy storage is like the development of advanced energy storage solutions such as lithium ion batteries and emerging technologies like solid state batteries is crucial for storing excess energy from renewables and using it when needed. And the nuclear energy, which we all know, like some countries are exploring advanced nuclear reactors, designers like small modular reactors, which are safer and more efficient. Nuclear energy can provide a consistent source of low carbon power. Natural gas and carbon capture. Natural gas is common like LNG, CNG gases which we use for our daily life. Next, some of them are like hydrogen. Hydrogen is being explored as an energy carrier, especially in sectors that are challenging to electrify directly, such as heavy industry and long-haul transportation. Green hydrogen produced using renewable energy is gaining attention as a cleaner alternative. Bioenergy is nothing but like biomass and biofuels from sustainable sources are being used for power generation, transportation and heating. Geothermal energy. It is also a energy generation is gaining the interest, particularly in areas with significant geothermal resources. Policy and regulations. Governments and international bodies are implementing policies and regulations to encourage and conservation of the sustainable use of energy sources. This include incentives for renewables, emissions reduction targets, and carbon pricing mechanisms. Energy transition and electrification of transportation are also some of the techniques. This is like the shift towards the electric vehicles is a significant trend, reducing the reliance of fossil fuels. So the use of the fossil fuels and the renewable sources will be less in order to save them and conserve them. So let's take a look about each of the topic in detail, the different trends. First is the AI in the energy sector. As with every sector, artificial intelligence is having a transformative effects across energy and utilities. It is used to forecast demand and manage the distribution of resources to ensure that the power is available at the time and place it's needed with a minimum of waste. So this is particularly important in the renewable energy industry, where it often can't be stored for long period of time and has to be used close to the time and location where it is generated. So these gains in efficiency will be created by more accurate forecasting of supply and demand. Additionally, a switch is taking place away from centralized models of power generation and distribution towards decentralized models. Next is that uh, Next is green hydrogen energy. Hydrogen is the most abundant material in the universe and produces close to zero greenhouse gas emissions when burned. These are the two of the qualities that make it a very exciting potential source of energy. Traditionally, though, the difficulty has been that converting it into a form that can be used as fuel involves the consumption of fossil fuels and the creation of carbon emissions. Brown hydrogen, for example, is derived from coal, while grey hydrogen is derived from natural gas. Green carbon, on the other hand, is created by a process involving electrolysis and water and generating the required electricity from renewable sources like wind or solar power effectively makes the process carbon free. This year, a number of major European energy companies, including Shell and RWE, committed to creating the first major green hydrogen pipeline from offshore wind plants in the North Sea throughout Europe. So this is about green hydrogen energy, and more is like another is a home electric vehicle is also can be used from this. The Internet of Energy, thus the area of this Internet of Things is concerned with the generation and distribution of power. IoE is closely tied to the idea of energy decentralization, the move towards a more sustainable power infrastructure where energy is used as closely as possible to the time and place where it is created. So this is like a new paradigm in energy infrastructure, involves a significant level of automation in order to manage the new technology platforms as well as the financial framework required by markets to facilitate energy trading and distribution. This AI will play a big role here, as will other emergent technology trends such as the blockchain, which will enable transparent and secure records of trades and payments. As with IoT, IoE also involves edge and cloud architecture with sensors and scanners, both processing information close to the source. Next, advanced engineering in renewables. Thus, the technology used to generate renewable energy is constantly being improved thanks to the enormous pressures to generate more power economically, efficiently, and safely. In 2022, we will see further advances in engineering bringing us more powerful and adaptive photovoltaic panels used for solar power generation and turbine blades used in hydro and wind power generation. These blades created by the US startup, for example, like use novel arrangements of structure fibers to create turbines that are stronger, more resistant to damage by environmental erosion, and impacted less by the structural fatigue. In solar companies, including Dutch startup, are finding new ways to engineer photovoltaic panels using different reflective and refracting materials, including fluorescent link, to concentrate light onto the solar cells. So this is also one of the way and the trend which is used to conserve the energy sources. And bioenergy, as we discussed earlier, biomass and biogas, this is also one of the ways in which we can conserve the energy sources. It's like it's the energy derived from biomass or biofuel has the potential to generate far more the power used by the human society than it does today. So it has the most competition remaining to the others. So this, although the classification as renewable is somewhat controversial, the International Energy Agency that energy will account for 30% of renewable energy production by 2023. It is considered by Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change and it is already proved by the bioenergy. Next, the summary. It's like energy conservation trends include a shift towards renewable sources, enhanced efficiency in buildings and transportation, grid modernization, energy storage development, exploration of advanced nuclear and hydrogen technology, and sustainable use of bioenergy. Policies and regulations encourage these shifts, while electrification of transportation and reducing reliance on fossil fuels are ongoing priorities in the global transition to more sustainable energy sources. So that's all about the trends in the different energy conversion. Thank you.